All fat chuds will inevitably turn into pedophiles. There's no way around it. It's an inevitability. If you are a fat chud, you must save yourself now, or eventually you will be caught with at least 3.67 terabytes of cyberpunk, and you will be on Chris Hansen begging on your hands and knees not to be sent to spend a very loving, passionate night with Raquise in the county jail. So I got this friend, and then this is like the whole point of the story. He's a real chud. He's a real chud, and it's tragic. I'm watching this man's life like deteriorate. He's not a pedophile. He's not a pedophile. But the moral of the story is that if you do not stop the chud lifestyle, pedophilia awaits, and I can prove it. I can prove it right now. So this motherfucker, he's a great friend of mine, but oh my god, he is such a chud, right? And he out of nowhere, he's got we have this lesbian friend. This is very important. So we have this lesbian friend, and she breaks up with her girlfriend, and out of nowhere, our chud friend just goes out and like confesses his like undying love for the lesbian friend's ex-girlfriend. And we known this girl for like 15 years. We both known, me and Chud, we both known this girl for a while, forever. She's like one of our really good friends. And he's just automatically willing to throw it all away on the chance that the ex-girlfriend is bisexual and not a lesbian. And I don't even know if she like is bisexual or not. Like he might have just completely like busted his load for like absolutely no reason, only to like completely fumble. And even if she does end up being like of like sexual compatibility with him, this guy's a fat fucking chud. It's so bad, man. It's so bad because like it's someone I care about deeply, but like there's no denying it. Yeah, pack it up. It's over. He's a chud. And it starts off like that. The path to pedophilia, it always starts out like that. You know, you're willing to backstab your friends for some put, Like you're doing everything you can except not being a fat fucking chud. So we've already like, well, actually, I was going to say that's step one, but step one is like consuming 6,700 calories a day. And that was the first step taken. And that brings us to like, I don't even know which step we're on, but like trying to pho your homies exes, that's like the cardinal sin you don't commit. And it's sad that that's only a small stepping stone in a very destructive path of life to come, because after that we start to go to more deranged places. Because obviously, if you're a fat fucking chud, you're not gonna pull your friend's ex unless your friend's ex is just trying to really fuck your friend over there. Which people are evil, they do that. But it's not like a long-term like sustainable thing. You're gonna end up getting left in the dust because who wants to spend their life with some like 300-pound fucking 5'8" man making like I don't know, like 40K a year. That's not a bad salary. Actually, I don't know. That's like, is 40K below the poverty line? I think it is in New York. It costs a lot of money to live in New York. New York really produces chuds with we are if you live in New York, you are goy cattle. Like that you are immediately just grinded up into the cattle factory, and you slave away your life for like 40K a year, only to like still be below the poverty line. I think the only state worse than New York is probably California in the terms of making you a goy slave for like all of your existence. We're getting off track though. We gotta lock back in again. So you're done like getting dumped by your friend's ex, and you're still in your chud path. You choose to not leave the chud lifestyle, and you want to like keep consuming straight slop. You need your 6,700 calories a day. The gym is like an evil place. That's where all the evil chads go so they can get their Stacy's and shit like that. And you could never, because you're a chud. You are a natural born incel. The touch of a woman is like a horrifying concept. But because you're such a fucking loser, you can't just embrace the fact that you're actually deeply like a homosexual. you can't you can't embrace the fact that really what you're into is dudes, and that's why you've never really like you can't get over the foids, because what you really the fuck. No. We broke off. We're gonna get back to our storytelling. You're such an incel, and you refuse to make any changes, which eventually leads you to doing like more depraved shit. Like, you're gonna go. You're on like those message boards online, the really weird ones where you're like sugar babying people. You're sugar daddying people because you have your 40K a year, and you have your like studio apartment that you're living in, so you've got an extra like $200 a month left over, because obviously there's no one living with you. You don't need a big place. It's not like a woman's gonna be living with you when you're like 400 something pounds and like 5'3" manlet. So you start going into your online chat rooms and your shit like that. You're like paying men pretending to be women, or God forbid, like no. It's just women. It's just men pretending to be women, and they're like selling you like attention, and you're just buying that shit up. But eventually, even that's not gonna be enough, And who doesn't know better? It's children. It's children. It always ends with children. The chud incel pipeline that you don't fix always ends with children, because eventually you just get to the point where you're so depraved you can't hold back. You need to feel the touch of someone, and you go for children. It always ends like this. Everyone wants to think that it can get better. Everyone, it does get better. You can make things better, but when you're like so incel pilled and like you're such a fucking loser chud, it ends in children before it ends in getting better. You start believing that nothing ever happens for so long, to the point where something does happen, and it's the police raiding your house because you were really just there for a cupcake, and how could they ever understand you? You were going in for a cupcake the whole time, but it's a vicious cycle that some people, I don't think they have any other future besides touching kids. Like how do we avoid such a horrible fate? Like, it's very obvious to people that are like of sound mind. Like, okay, if you're a fat fucking loser, maybe just don't be a fat fucking loser. Like, go, like, not be fat. Stop eating the slop for like 10 minutes. That's a pretty good place to start. You wanna start mixing it up a little bit. Maybe you go on a like a mile walk every day, and it's gonna be infinitely better than the just slaving away. I got a funny story. So this has been really helping me lately. It's completely off track. I like deep in my soul am an absolute incel. Like, I've like developed a shape that does not resemble an incel, but in my heart, in my soul, I am a chud. I am a stupid, fat little chud inside. But I have manipulated my body so much to the point where no one would ever know that am an absolute fucking loser. Not in public, at least. I mean, like, clearly you're listening to me talk, and you can tell, like, yeah, this guy is like fucking stupid, or some other slur you want to slide in there. But I can mask it so well. And one of these ways it's been slowly slipping out. The facade has been failing. So to keep myself doing my cardio every day for an extended amount of time, I've been bringing my Switch with me to the gym, and I've been playing Persona in the gym. And like, all it takes is someone to like look over my shoulder. And this actually happened once. In Persona, they've got the fucking like the beach scenes. Every game's got one where they're sexualizing the hell out of these minors. And I was in my first playthrough of Persona 3, and there's just kitty titties bouncing on my screen, and I'm just like, what the fuck, man? Like, how do I explain this? Right now, if someone comes over and questions, like, they're gonna think I'm watching Cyberpunk. And like, it sucks being a fan of like Japanese games, because like they're all also incel chud pedophiles, but they're incel chud pedophiles that know how to make really good games. So it's like, fuck, all right, I can excuse the built-in Cyberpunk, and it's all animated too. So these people are spending like tens of thousands of dollars, potentially like hundreds, even millions. I don't know. They don't, anime doesn't cost like millions to make. They like to make the workers slave over there. It's not millions, but they're spending tens of thousands of dollars to make animated cyberpunk. That's a level of dedication that I don't think we can really get in the West. You know, like we have all these people making the real thing, and they go to jail for it. That's not like the game is so far more advanced over there. I don't think I ever made this connection before. These people are so invested in cyberpunk that like they're spending money to have it hand drawn. They want that shit hand crafted. They don't want the lazy way of exploitation behind a camera. They want that shit made the way God intended it, drawn by hand. But I'm playing not cyberpunk. Fuck. No, I'm playing the sauna in the gym on the treadmill, walking around, and like, oh my god, my chud tendencies are like leaking out. They're seeping out of my body. I cannot keep it contained. How much of a fucking loser I am deep down inside. And like my girlfriend, she thinks she's pulled like the stereotypical nerdy boyfriend, and I just kind of like have to keep up the facade that like, oh yeah, I like anime. I'm such a nerd. Where it's like, no, I'm gonna go on like a 6 hour tangent, and you're gonna learn how all of cursed energy works in JJK. You're gonna learn the entire power system. You are going to understand every single intricacy of Splatoon lore. And on this topic of the big Sona, because it's been my special interest for the last year, you're gonna learn about how P3 is like the best game ever made. But my chud tendencies are seeping out, and it really wow, I have rambled about that for a while now. But you know, you can weaponize your chud tendencies. There was a point to all this. You can weaponize your chud tendencies to boost you further in not appearing like a chud. Deep down, you'll always be an incel. But it's when that loneliness really creeps in that ends the incel's life in touching kids. It's a completely avoidable. There are two fates for all incels. So you never stop being an incel. However, you can not become a minor attracted incel. You can be a really cool incel who you know, you're playing some Japan slop, but you're like really jacked, so no one can give you a shit about it. And like someone gives you shit about it. Good argument. However, I'm stronger than you. Maybe you should try listening to Hatsune Miku instead of you know, NBA YoungBoy. Like you're over there listening about how you're gonna like ruin families and like get yourself put on a t-shirt. I'm listening to some funny blue-haired girl talk about how she was getting like raped in a closet for like 9 months, but it's like done in a funny computer voice and done like in another language, so the beat sounds really hard, so no one knows, and I don't even know. Sometimes I find out later that like I'm listening to Miku, and I'm like, holy shit, what is this song about? Oh my god, what is there's like an actual like popular Vocaloid song where and it's about like getting raped in a closet, I'm pretty sure. The shit's insane. Like I'm saying, you never stop truly being a fat chud incel. Like I have the soul of a chud incel, but I've harnessed my my incel swag to a way where I just have like so much aura in public, and no one's got to know that I am an absolute degenerate. But you know that takes a choice, because like I described, you can do the wrong things with it and just like soak in your depravity to the point where you're touching kids, or you can use that incel energy and just become really fucking cool. Like you have like mass appeal to every groups now. You want to hang out with a group of normies, like, yeah, you're big as fuck, and we're gonna go to a bar and get really drunk on the weekend. Or you can hang with your boys and you're playing some modded Minecraft server for like 9 hours. It gives you that versatility to use that energy and like put it in a place of like self-improvement versus a place of I need to use my dick right now, and I can't wait like a few months to where I'm not a fat fucking loser and I'm broke. I need to use it right now. It's a lack of self-control, and I think it really just it comes from the amount of goy slop in our society. I mean, like from the food to the media to the shit like that. There's so much goy slop out there, and it just melts our brains down to where we just need that short-term hit, and I think that ultimately leads to touching kids. So you gotta manage your slop pretty well. You gotta manage your time. You gotta manage your slop. Your slop input. I fucking love Instagram, man. Instagram, I swear to God, is worse than porn. I fucking love Instagram. I love opening up Instagram, and I have a bad tendency of doing it in public, and it's always just like the most like racist shit. It's so fucking funny. Like, it's horrible. It's so horrible, but it's the only thing that'll make me laugh now, which is why I say it's worse than porn. Because like you think like you show this to a normal person, you'd be like, oh my god, that's horrible. Why are you laughing at that? And it's because these algorithms have broken my brain down in such a way to where something that used to be funny to me is just I don't care anymore. And then suddenly it's like proof that there really are more Indians that die to trains per year than Americans die of gun violence, and you can't help but just giggle at least a little bit. Like it's horrible, but like I don't even care anymore. It's really funny. But yeah, you got to manage your slop. Instagram is worse than porn, but like oh my god, it's so funny. I might have to delete Instagram at some point. I'm not going to, but like it's in the back of my head that I know it's like this shit is not good. I got to do something better. Probably won't though. Probably won't. But use use your fat chud energy to put the burger down, and it ultimately putting down the honey bun will probably save you from like a life in jail where you're there because you touched a kid, because you put the honey bun down and you ate a banana instead. You had like a barbell protein bar. The shits are so fucking good. The wild cherry flavor. It's on screen right now. That shit is so fucking good. You guys all got to try that shit. It's really good. It's like actual barbells are like candy, but they're actually healthy for you. The amount of slop we're able to produce, we literally just made candy healthy. And not enough people know this. You think of like a protein bar and you think, oh, it's ass. It tastes really bad. No, this shit is like a chocolate bar. Not the cherry flavor, but they have like actual like brownie ones, and like we really did make healthy candy. So, if you still manage to be fat in the big 26, when we have had so many developments in slop technology to make unhealthy food healthy, that's really a personal choice. Like, you're kind of just a loser for that, and I don't know what else to tell you. I don't know what else to tell you. But yeah, don't be a fucking chud. You can get through it because it's actually really easy to not touch kids. You just gotta lock in. If you the consequence of not locking in is touching kids. So do with that what you will.